where you want it.
Bay 12, please.
Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. Today we are reviewing the new Transformers Studio Series 86 Snarl. 4 down, 1 to go. Hopefully Hasbro has the announcement for Swoop coming very, very soon. Fingers crossed that maybe they have him announced and maybe up for pre-order around PulseCon, or at least announced at PulseCon and maybe up for pre-order later this year. Maybe we have them by the end of the year, maybe early next year. But hopefully we get Swoop soon so we can finally finish our set of the original Dinobot team. Anyway, here he is in the packaging. You've got some awesome artwork of Snarl doing some of his laser blasts from his tail. You got a close-up of Snarl in Dino mode there. You've got a slightly less close-up of Snarl in Dino mode on that side. On the back, you've got some images of Snarl in both robot and Dino mode. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. Snarl does, of course, come with a Studio Series backdrop. We've got Autobot City getting attacked in the background there. And you can take your Snarl and display him on your Studio Series backdrop, which looks pretty cool. And here is Snarl out of the packaging, and he looks very great, very nice and G1 accurate. I love the gold paint. It turned out really, really good. You got that Autobot symbol right there in the center. Very nice G1 accurate head sculpt, much like the other Studio Series 86 Dinobot so far. He is fully articulated, head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated ratcheting shoulders. As you can see, his tail bits get a little bit in the way of that, but you can just turn that shoulder a little bit or move that arm out just a little bit so you can get it around. Lower bicep joint, single jointed elbows, wrist joints, waist, hips are on a ratchet, except going out to the side, upper thigh, ratcheting knees, and side ankle joints. I know a lot of people have been pointing out the silver painted bits on what is the Dino mode head right there. Honestly, I thought that was kind of a cool way to hide the Dino mode head in between the legs there, because if it was just solid yellow like the rest of the head, it would definitely stick out in a weird way. So I'm really happy Hasbro actually painted the inner halves of the Dino mode head in the thighs. Does it match perfectly? It doesn't, but it's better than them not having painted it at all, in my opinion, and I think it looks pretty decent. For comparison, here is Snarl next to his fellow Dinobots. First we have Grimlock and Slag and, oh, we're gonna have to make some room here, and Sludge, which begs the question, where's Swoop gonna go when we finally get Swoop? Because, yeah, Swoop's not quite as bulky as the other Dinobots, but he's close in size to the other Dinobots. He's not so teeny tiny as some really think he might be compared to the other Dinobots. Yes, he is the smallest of the 5, but not by much. So I'm really, really excited to see Swoop when we finally get that Swoop announcement. Fingers crossed, like I said, that it's coming by the end of the year. I really like that Snarl came with his sword, because I don't really recall Snarl using blasters very much in the cartoon, if at all. In fact, I distinctly remember him firing bolts of energy from his sword, at least in one or a few other occasions in the Generation 1 cartoon. But the sword looks really, really good too. I love all of the molding that they did on the sword. You've got all these inner mechanical bits. I also kind of like how it almost looks like one of his little plates here that come off the back of his Dino mode. That's kind of neat how it's almost a little reminiscent of that Stegosaurus plate shape. Transformation is pretty simple and pretty cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, of course, take his sword and just kind of set it aside for right this second. And then we're going to come over here to the back. We're gonna pull this back section here. We're gonna lift this up. We're going to push the head down into the torso, and we're going to close his wings into his tail like so. Now, real quick, as we're getting into this, because this was a little confusing to me at first, this is not his rear end. I mean, it is his rear end, but not in the sense of his tail doesn't just protrude from his back straight out like so. It actually hangs down. So when you have him in dino mode, this is how the rear of Snarl is going to look when he's standing up. So don't be confused, because the first time I was transforming this, it was very confusing because I was like, shouldn't it be sticking out the back? No, it hangs down from the bottom like so, just so you know. Okay. We're going to leave this piece kind of up and out of the way for right now, and then we're going to go ahead and do the arms next. So for the arms, we're going to start by untabbing the top of the foot from the back of the arm there. We're going to pull out this dino mode leg, rotate that foot around. Next, we're going to rotate the fist all the way around and push it into the leg, and then bring that leg down like so. Next, we're going to untab the bicep section from the inner shoulder section, and then this little tab's going to go into here, so just bring that all the way up so that's all one piece. That's one leg done. Just going to kind of bring it down over here so that it's relatively in its correct position. Do the same thing over here. Untab that foot, pull that out, rotate that fist around, push it in, bring that down, untab, and tab in, rotate back, like so. Next, we're going to come down to the legs, pull the torso down like that, and then grab this little under lip section on his upper torso and pull his whole chest section up, because that's going to be important for putting some of this stuff away and getting everything positioned. Come over here to the leg. We're going to untab this back heel section from this right here, and then we're going to rotate that other dino mode leg out, come back around, and bring this panel up. This panel is going to click into place in that empty section right there like so. Bring that foot down, bring this back around, and put that heel back into place because now we don't need it anymore. Do the same thing over here. Bring that down, extend that leg, come around, bring it up, bring that back up, connect it back to that foot, and then make sure that the heel and foot and ankle are all just like tabbed into place, all as one piece. Next, we're going to go ahead and tab the legs together. We're going to rotate the waist around, and then we're going to I just remembered, before we bring this down, we do need to split that ankle up once again. Lift these up so you have a little bit more clearance, because it's going to fit over like so. And then we can collapse that ankle back on over the legs. So it's going to sit around that waist joint like we had it earlier. Now that we have the legs collapsed down, you'll notice these panels have opened and it's pushed the head out just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and push that out the rest of the way, get that all re-tabbed together, close these little sections back down, rotate the legs down to where they should be. And then this is what I was talking about up here. Looks like it got caught on the feet a little bit. These tab in just under these couple of panels right here, but before we can do that, you got to push the torso back in just a little bit, push these sections down so they tab into place, securing this section all together. Bring the other fin plates up, get that tabbed into place, and there is Snarl in his dino mode. like I said, a nice, simple, and fun little transformation for Snarl. He's got a decent size to him. He looks really cool next to the other Dinobots. The strangest part of his design is just the way his tail comes out. I kind of wish it was at a better angle, but overall, it does still look pretty good in my opinion. Now, as far as his sword goes, you can store his sword on his Dino mode, just like the rest of the Dinobots. And while there is a peg up here, this is not technically the storage spot or Dinobot or Dino mode storage spot for his sword. This is a good spot for his robot mode, however, because this is his back in robot mode. What you do is there's a couple little tabs right here just on the bottom and a couple little peg holes right here on the guard of the sword. You're just going to take that, going to tab that into place, so it's just going to sit there on the belly of the Dino mode, and there you go. There is his weapon storage. And real quick for comparison in Dino mode, here is Snarl next to Grimlock, Slag, and Sludge, all in their Dino modes, so you can see them all side by side, and these figures look really, really awesome side by side like this. I am so happy to have these nicely, properly scaled Dinobots finally in mainline, and again, just cannot wait for Swoop. So hopefully the Swoop announcement is coming soon, because we all know Swoop is coming. We all know that it's only a matter of time before Swoop finally gets announced and then released, of course. So hopefully Swoop is coming sooner than we think, but who knows. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's review featuring the new Transformers Studio Series 86 Dinobot Snarl. Yes, he's in the movie. I know he's not in the movie as much as the other Dinobots, but he is still in the movie. He has more than one scene, by the way. It's like 2 or 3 at least. They're quick snippets and you miss it, but he is there. He's both seen on one of the Autobot moon bases on Cybertron. He's seen on the Autobot city on Earth, and I think one other time, and that's it. So yeah, he is in the movie. Stay tuned for more Transformers reviews. Check out some of our other content. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. Check out our other website, cooltoyreview.com, and like and subscribe to the Cool Toy Review YouTube channel. If you like Star Wars stuff, check out rebelscum.com every single day for daily Star Wars content, news, reviews, and more. Like, subscribe, and follow the rebelscum.com social media and YouTube channel. And if you're looking for some cool Star Wars toys and merch, or even Transformers toys and merch, come by our physical location in Order 66 Multiverse, which houses both Bay 12 and Order 66 Toys, the nation's official Star Wars collectible toy store. They do a weekly Friday night live sale live at 7 p.m. Central Time every single Friday night on the Order 66 Toys Facebook page, and they ship all around the world. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.